kindly. Wow.
You have finally cast your vote. What are your expectations out of it?
Well, definitely, I'm confident I'm going to win overwhelmingly. People of Kampala have demonstrated overwhelming support to my campaign, to my platform, my manifesto, and all that I stand for. It's really appreciated by the people of Kampala, and I'm sure the will of the people at the end of the day is going to prevail.
Your term of office has been characterized by running battle with government, and so this could not be the same when you take over office. How different do you intend to handle the situation?
Well, it's only one thing. It's only one issue: respect for the rule of law. That is all, and that's what I crave for. That's why I demand of President Yoweri Museveni that he should respect the rule of law in this country. I've cast my vote today, and that vote counts a lot. It's not for just it's not just a ritual. A vote should carry its weight. Time and again they have argued rather fallaciously that the position of the Lord Mayor is purely ceremonious. I want to assure the nation, I have not come here to cast my vote for myself or in my favor, to go to the Lord Mayor's parlor, just to put on gowns, the robes, and preside over functions only. The law is very clear. The Lord Mayor should, all the business authority should initiate programs, should be in charge of the city. The Lord is the political head of the city, is the president of Kampala. That should be respected. All the programs should be initiated in the office of the Lord Mayor, approved or ratified by the authority, and implemented by the technical wing. That is the outlay, that is the arrangement provided for in the law, and it should be respected.
You have spent most of the time fighting.
This is the issue I'm talking about. It's not a personal battle. For heaven's sake, I'm not Museveni's contemporary. I'm not in his generation. So there is nothing personal between me and Museveni. The issue is about impunity, abuse of rule of law, want of accountability, want of systems of governance in place. So for him, he wants a personal rule. He wants a dictatorial system. That is all. So if he's ready to respect the rule of law, there would be no problem. But as long as he's bent on entrenching a personal rule, on violating the law as provided, and also entrenching impunity in this country, definitely we may have a reoccurrence of what transpired in the past, and that would be very, very unfortunate.
I've just been talking to your colleague Isa Chikungwe, who is also contesting as a DP flag bearer.
Where did he vote for?
Francis Walker.
In Can I talk about any other?
No.
I'll talk about myself.
What are those things that you intend to start with when you get into office?
Reconstitution of the authority. That's paramount. Because without a governing council, there's no way you can talk of service delivery. It's only a body as established under the law that will deliver the capital city you want. That will transform the capital city, that will transform Kampala into a capital city that befits the power of Africa. So I have a transformation agenda, but it is anchored on the rule of accountability and good governance. But people assume, actually, particularly President Museveni assume that you can divorce governance issues from service delivery. That is absolute hogwash, with due respect to President Yoweri Museveni. It's absolute hogwash.
You're an independent candidate.
Yes.
And you are a DP member. What stops you from contesting as a DP member for all this long? You are not a
we have gone past that stage. I'm here, I'm on a polling day, I'm here to cast my vote. We have moved past that. Yeah. Yeah, it's really very regrettable. It's very, very unfortunate. Surely it's very, very unfortunate that we are registering a very low turnout Because surely you would expect the biggest turnout on this day, because this is a very important exercise, a civic exercise, and Kampala has got over 1 million registered voters. So we are likely to get below average, below 50 voter turnout, and that would be disastrous. It doesn't augur well with the democratic governance in this country. But of course, it's not without a reason. You know what transpired during the presidential polls. People seem to be disenchanted, they seem to be frustrated, they seem to be disillusioned, and they feel like, well, it's just a mere piece of paper which does not carry any weight. And that's how President Museveni has relegated this country to that level. You can imagine that an exercise of this magnitude is treated with contempt by the electorate. It's very, very unfortunate.
You are likely to face some resistance as you get back into the office in case you are voted in.
I've explained that. I'm resolute on matters of rule of law and constitutionalism. So I'm not about to waver. I'm not about to move 1 inch backwards. I want to assure you on matters of rule of law, matters of good governance, matters of respect for fundamental human rights, social justice, issues of equity, issues of accountability. I'm not about to waver. I'm not about to capitulate to whatever pressure that can be exerted on me by President Yoweri Museveni. I'm more resolute than ever before, I must assure you.
Lord Mayor, President Museveni has always said that people of Kampala committed suicide by voting you into power. Why are you the best candidate?
In fact, he used a very derogatory remark that we are rats who are all out to eat his raw. I want to assure President Museveni, the granary he's talking about is not his personal coffer. I mean, it's not personal coffer. The national coffers he's talking about. For heaven's sake, this country is not a personal estate belonging to President Museveni. It's our country. It's for all of us. It's for the current generation and the posterity to come. But he imagines that he is infallible, he is immortal, he is going to carry this country with him, even in his grave. We want to assure him, the people of Uganda have got a right to choose the leaders they deserve, the leaders they want. So if people have chosen, say for example, in the just concluded elections, 100% opposition members of parliament respected the will of the people, respected the people's sovereignty. Now it's going to happen the same, because he considered tacitly that actually he has messed up Kampala. And I felt like I was vindicated. This is also to answer this question you have posed. President Museveni, in the recent press statement, he conceded that indeed it is the proxies he brought to Kampala who have messed up everything. And I felt exonerated, I felt vindicated, because if you looked at the tribunal report, they were accusing me of all sorts of things, a litany of charges, that Lukwago abused office, Lukwago is incompetent, Lukwago is messing up the tax system in Uganda, he's inciting people, he's doing ABC, all sorts of things. Now, one statement issued by the president recently, just last week, that actually it is his principal proxy that he entrusted with, illegal of course, he entrusted with the governance of the city after hijacking this mantle from my office. That is that person. She's the one responsible for the mess in Kampala. He fell short of adding Franca to Mwebaze because they have been partners in this. So, the point I'm making here, I feel exonerated. I feel vindicated that the position I took was indeed the correct one.
And Lord Mayor, your voters would want to know how differently are you? How differently do you intend to?
Let's get one.
How differently do you intend to do this? Because you can't be applying the same methods when those same methods were put down.
You see,
do you intend to achieve that?
If the chief perpetrator of impunity in the names of President Yoweri Museveni concedes that indeed Lukwago is not the problem of Kampala, that the problem of Kampala is that very person he appointed and brought here and imposed on the people of Kampala, then where would be the problem? So all I demand from them is respect for the rule of law. The law is very clear. I'm sorry to repeat myself, but for emphasis sake, I'm sorry I have to re-echo this. The law is very clear. The nerve center for policy formulation in Kampala is the office of the Lord Mayor. The Lord Mayor has got powers to play the oversight role. The Lord Mayor's office has got powers to preside over all the programs, over all the matters, all the affairs of the city. So once that is respected, I'm assuring you there will be no problem. But I will not in any way betray the people of Kampala by capitulating on matters which are outside the parameters of the law. That is not going to happen. That's my assurance, and it's the contract I've made with the people of Kampala before, and it's the same contract I want to make with them today as they cast their votes in my favor.